Titanfall worth its full $60 when you're not getting a campaign, you get minimal weapon selection, and do you think it's going to even have longevity because of those things, amongst others? Is it going to have longevity to it? Are we going to still be playing this game 3 months out with as much hype that we are in the first couple of weeks? I'm not too sure, and I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Today, this is the View from the Mountain topic. My name, of course, StoneMount64, and so I want to kind of get into this. As all of these always go, you guys leave me some great feedback. Lately, it's been a lot of comments. Don't worry, I'm still reading all of them. I usually try and give some thumbs up to ones that I do like with the posts, and then I'll reply to a few of them, but with press for time and everything, it's hard to reply to all of them, so just take note of that. I am still reading all of them, though. Don't even worry about it, but that's kind of the topic for today. And Titanfall's been an extremely amped up game right now. Everybody is playing it. I mean, everybody and their mother was live streaming it. And of course, the PlayStation guys are a bit left out since this is only for the Xbox, for the PC. So, you know, I think this is a style video that at least they can have some reference to. Because I do know I have a lot of PlayStation guys as well who are always requesting me to get one. But I can't afford to have all these devices and everything. Not being the channel that I am. Maybe if I get bigger, but anyways, let's start out with, is it really going to be worth it? And I think they really kind of tie together with the longevity as well, so I'll try and talk about that as well. And you kind of heard me talk about some of the points there. One was that the basic, you don't have a campaign, right? Now, here's the thing. For me, this really doesn't even matter at all. I don't play the campaign. I don't think I've played the campaign since Black Ops 1. I might have played Battlefield 3. I think that came out after it, but you know, I'm not too much of a campaign guy. That being said, you kind of only can play it once, especially in a game like Call of Duty or Battlefield, because it is kind of a one-track thing. But it does make for a solid 10, 16 hours or whatever it is of gameplay that's all unique. It's a cool story behind it, and it gives you extra. I mean, that's kind of the extra $20, I think. I think the game should be, you know, 40, and then the extra 20 you get the campaign or something. That I think that, you know, Titanfall maybe should have been a little bit cheaper on that fact, or on that side. Now, you might not get as much quantity with that. Now, you do have somewhat of a campaign as well. I do want to mention this. There is a campaign per se, quote. Essentially, you play 9 matches in a row of multiplayer, one on each side, or each side has a different story to it. You can play it on the rebel side or on the kind of government or IMC is what it's called side, right? And you can play it and get the story. But the thing is, when you're playing it, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's always the same thing, which that was a bit disappointing coming out. I was really hoping, I mean, that would have made it so you can really play it a bunch of different ways, get a bunch of variety from it, right? So maybe you lose a little bit of points in that category in terms of the campaign, because you don't have one, and the multiplayer one is not very replayable. You can, but you're better off just playing the normal multiplayer, whatever games you want, because you're also forced to kind of only play attrition and hardpoint at that point. On top of that, I think you're lacking in this quantity compartment in the fact that there's not that big of a variety of weapons. You have one shotgun, one assault rifle, a 3-round burst, an LMG, and all of these are just one of them. You've got kind of granted, you do have a wide selection of LMG, carbine, single fire rifle, a sniper, bolt action. You have a variety, but you also only have one in each category. Look at Battlefield. Your weapon selection is insane. There's like 6 LMGs, 10 assault rifles, 5 submachine guns. They added DMRs, a whole bunch of stuff. You see Call of Duty also adding a whole bunch of weapons. Now, granted, that also adds for complications in balancing things, but already, if you guys have been playing this game, I see a huge advantage to the carbine. The first one you start out with seems to be the best hands down for this game. I mean, the LMG has way too much recoil. It's not even manageable, and the recoil actually goes less the more you shoot. So after you've shot half your clip, then the recoil is actually manageable, but at that point, you're pretty much going to be screwed anyways. There should be, and then the single fire sniper rifle does very minimal damage. It's very hard to use. Anyways, granted, it makes it more fun when you have more weapons, right? So that's my point there. But what you're lacking for in the quantity, granted, I will give him this, the map selection is superb. There's 15 different maps, which is great amount, especially to come out of the gate with, not having to deal with the DLC. They kind of gave you a lot of different maps, and then the DLC gives you a little bit of extra, right? With games like Call of Duty Battlefield 4, they give you a little bit, and then you pay $50, the whole nother game, to get the second half of all the maps that you're going to get. In this one, they gave you 75% of it, and then if you want to buy the last 25%, you can do that. The other ones, because they're only going to have 3 map packs that are going to come out, whereas in Call of Duty or Battlefield, they have like 5 or 6 that come out, and then to get to the total same amount of quantity. Anyways, you guys get what I'm saying. Granted, Battlefield also does have more things that come out with new vehicles, new weapons. Consistently, Call of Duty only came out with a new weapon one time in Black Ops 2, one time so far in Ghosts, and that's a whole other topic I could talk about, but in terms of DLC and things like that. But they do give you a good variety in that. But I think what they lack for in the quantity department, they're making up for in the quality of the gameplay. The lag, I have not had to deal with. There's been no host migrations and all of that BS. It seems to be a very stable game, even at the launch, right? And when Battlefield launched, tons of problems. Call of Duty, pretty consistent with their launches, but at the same time, that's such a huge game. They already have the infrastructure behind everything. They should be like that. So, you know, there's a bunch of different ways you could talk about it, but I think that they really have good quality in terms of all of those things, and in the mechanics of the game. The wall running is flawless. The double jump works terrifically. The zip lines work terrifically. The map designs are also, you know, it's hard to go wrong in this game with the map designs, in my opinion, because it's not like COD where you're always on the ground running around. You have to go around these objects. You have to do that. In this game, you could jump over whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. That makes it a lot easier to kind of design the maps, but regardless, I think they did do a good job with the selection of maps that you have. There's some that are really close quarters, like the one that's kind of on that Halo-y type ring, the one that shoots the laser in the campaign. I don't remember the name of it. And then there's another one, a training ground, which is just a gigantic square that's kind of got things individually placed out, kind of symmetrical in some ways, with sentry guns placed strategically. The flags are on the opposite corners of it. Great design. All that being said, though, I don't think this justifies a $60 game, right? I'm talking in terms of the average kind of Joe wanting to pick up a new game, right? You've got the new console that you have to get to even get this, and it's only on the Xbox, and then it's a $60 game that you're going to be getting here, right? For $60, you can also get Call of Duty with a full campaign with a huge variety of a whole bunch of stuff, and you can get, you know, that same kind of multiplayer experience. Same thing with Battlefield, full campaign, full multiplayer experience, huge variety of weapons, huge variety of vehicles, a ton of different play styles, and a great variety of maps as well for $60 as well. So how do you compare these games? The thing is, you got to see, you know, first off, what's your play style? What do you like? Do you like this kind of feeling of games? This is kind of a mix. It's almost like the same thing with like a Halo, too. You get the same. It's the same thing, just different play styles. And in Halo, this game is kind of a mix between a Halo and a Call of Duty, right? You have that fast-paced ground shooter or a Battlefield ground shooter, some vehicle incorporations and Titans. But the difference is that when you're in the Titan, you actually have health, and you still move like a Marine. So it's almost more like Halo, where now you have a lot of maneuverability, where you can jump super high. The trade-off here, obviously, being to just dash around in the Titan. You have some special abilities, things like that. But you actually have health, and you have to play strategically. This is no longer like Call of Duty when you're in the Titans, where you just kind of first-person see the target and keep shots on, wins the fight. You don't keep your aim, you're gonna get turned on and get killed. In this one, you have to keep your aim consistent over a variety of different shots. If you're using the 40mm cannon, gotta get 8 solid shots on, and it makes it much more strategic. Okay, when do I need to pull my shield out? When do I need to dash to dodge? And you have to have reflexes and kind of map knowledge to know where you can actually dash without running into walls, things like that. So it kind of brings a mix into the play here. Again, this is where the quality of all those mechanics come into play, and the mechanics themselves. Do you like them? And do you want to play them? Hopefully a lot of you guys did get an opportunity to at least see the beta. You can see a lot of the gameplay on YouTube. There's a million videos about it, so you can see if that's kind of something you're interested in the first place. But this is a game that doesn't have a lot of versatility. you're going to be able to get to the first generation, or prestige if you guys are familiar with Call of Duty. Once you unlock everything, you can reset everything, unlock it again, and kind of show that you have rank by getting the thing next to your name. That's kind of it. You don't unlock anything additional, and there's, like I said, the basic framework of weapons, the basic framework of Titans, and you'll notice once you've played with them all, you'll see in a month or two, you'll play with them all, and right now, if you've got it, it's a great game because you are unlocking everything. It's got a lot of unique gameplay that you're going to be able to use for at least a month or two if you play it, you know, pretty aggressively. If you play it less aggressively or less often, it takes you a while to get to level 50. I'm already level 40, I think, somewhere around there. I think I put in about 12 hours or so. I don't even know, somewhere around that. But there's not a whole bunch of different weapons to play with. And like I said, with this assault or this carbine being so well, just kind of basic assault rifle, being the most powerful weapon, that's kind of the go-to weapon if you want to do well. Otherwise, it's kind of using a single shot thing that takes 3 shots, 4 shots to connect with while people are jumping all over the place. It's super hard to aim like that. So when you have something that just burst fires like this, it's a bit better. You don't have kill streaks to kind of practice and, oh yes, I finally got that 11 kill streak or that 15 kill streak, and now, oh, I got 2 15 kill streaks in one game. I got that, whatever, dogs, VTOL warship, or now it's, you know, the Loki. I got it. You know, it's not working towards that. It's kind of just playing it, enjoying it, more like Battlefield sort of game. But the thing that makes Battlefield have such great longevity, and the fact that it is because of the fact that it has so many different things to do in it. In terms of, all right, well, I've gotten pretty good at the C4 class, so now I'm going to change over, play with the medic. And, you know, stop providing the ammo, start providing the health. It's an entirely different playstyle you need to incorporate. You can go into the tanks and do tank gameplay, unlock everything for that. You can go into the jets, do everything for the jets, learn how to fly the helicopter. A million different things to do, and that's kind of the difference. You don't have anything that you're working towards to be better and better, kind of just getting a good score. And don't get me wrong, this is a terrific game. It's going to give you a lot of great gameplay for a long period of time because you're going to unlock the satchel charges, learn how to use them in different game types. You're going to be able to, you know, try a bunch of different things. And the Titans also have a bunch of different abilities and weapons. They've added a good amount of diversity in there for the Titans. I got to say, the 3 different ones, I would like to see some more Titans, you know? I don't know if this is going to come in DLC. And, oh my god, the biggest one I got to say, I should have mentioned this sooner because I don't know how many of you guys are still watching. If you are, much love to you guys. Hell yeah. But the biggest one, I gotta say, their biggest flaw is the fact that they don't have custom games. This is a killer for me. I love the custom games. That was one of my favorite things about Halo 2 and the other Halos in general, was because you had the custom games. You could do a lot of fun things in that. Call of Duty, you can do the same thing. You can set up games that are domination, that are knife only, or you know, throwing knife only, or you could do you know, like the infection game mode that people came up with just in the community. It actually came back from Halo 2, and then it came into its own game type that they created. They've got a variety of different game types. From now they added search and destroy, search and rescue, a new one, kill confirmed, a million different, and there's just really 5 different game types on here. And on top of that, you have the game modes that are, well, constrained to those 5, and then you can't customize it in private matches. This doesn't allow for competitive gameplay. If you know, you want to say, hey, 1v1 me, man, or go with just a kind of a bunch of friends in one game that's set to your rules. If you know, you can do so many fun things with this game if you had custom games. You could set it to a pilot only game mode, corner off a part of the map, everybody only use snipers. That's another thing too. You can't do like sniper only gameplay. There's so many different things you can do with this that they just didn't incorporate. And I'm not too sure why, but that takes a lot of value out of it. And we don't even know if they're gonna add this in the future. They said, yeah, we'll consider it. They said we'll consider working with esports guys, but who knows what the support's gonna be like, right? So it is a terrific game. It's got a lot of great gameplay that's very tight. The response of the controls are terrific, and it's got a lot of value in it for sure. Is it going to be worth your full $60? That's going to depend on your style of gameplay. Do you really like this style of gameplay that you're seeing. I gotta say, it is a ton of fun to play, and it's going to be something that's going to be fun for months. Unlocking everything, working on classes, being able to play with teammates is also incredible. The Capture the Flag game mode is on point. If you haven't played it yet, you can check out my last video I uploaded on it. Capture the Flag is the best game type in this game. It is so much fun, because if you're playing Capture the Flag like on Call of Duty, you just die immediately with it. There's no strategy to it. In this game, there's so many different routes you can take. There's so many different possibilities. Running it in the Titan, timing your Titan to pull it down at the right time, working with teammates is actually a possibility in this Capture the Flag, which is what's so key in any Capture the Flag game, is working with teammates. That's what makes it fun, and it's a heart racer going for it. So that's a great game type. Bravo for that, and being able to incorporate it with the Titans. It is a bit weird, though, that you can just return it while you're in the Titan. That's for another commentary of other things that I'm figuring out about the game as it goes on. But enjoyable game. Not sure if it's worth the full $60. It's going to depend on you. I think it was for me, and especially because I'm going to make videos on it, etc. On top of that, this is a March release game, so it doesn't have much competition for new games that are out right now, so it makes it a very compelling choice, especially with the fact that there's very limited selection on the Xbox One. So if you already have it, definitely a great pickup. And does it have longevity? I think it's got a few months in it, and I'm curious to what people are going to respond after that. If they're going to say it's dead. Right now we're in the honeymoon phase of everybody still unlocking things, getting to know the game, getting to know the maps, but how quickly will this become a dry game? That's the question. Let me know in the comments down below. This has been StoneMouse64. If you guys want to check out that previous, like I mentioned, Capture the Flag game, or the recommended, that was the first game I uploaded on TitanFall. I'm sure you'll enjoy that as well. That's it for me today, though, ladies and gentlemen. This is StoneMouse64 signing out. See you guys next time.